encouraging people to get off the backsides, get busy, because that's what it's all about. This year also, lots of benefits from the Northern Rock money. It means I got some help, so now we have Steve here working with us 2 days a week, and he's here to professionalise us, and I think he's given up on trying to get me to talk like a businessman now. So. But the strategy, it's a fantastic document, and I was particularly pleased to see our true values come out, what we value the most. What we value the most is people. We don't have service users, clients. Everybody who comes through our door is a person, an individual, and that's how we treat them. We've come on leaps and bounds in, 5 years? But we're very, very mindful that we are still a young organisation. And we're very careful of that. Yeah, lots of opportunities are coming our way, because it's not me having to go knocking on doors now. People are coming here. In the last 2 weeks, we've had lots of commissioners from different parts of London up to see us. They're coming to Sunderland to see NERAF, and we're proud of it. But we're not letting it go to our heads. We have a strategy which we will work to vehemently. You know, we won't run before we can walk. We've had lots of procedures put in place, so, you know, we function the same way as any other organisation working in this area of work. We have to be. You know, very much the early days, people looked on us as a group of people who've been through trouble with alcohol, setting up support groups, and yes, that was all about. When I first decided to set NERAF, it was about setting up a self-help group in Whitley Bay, where I lived. Well, we've got 12 support groups in Sunderland now, we're in Gateshead, we're in talks right now in Newcastle, but we still haven't got that support group in Whitley Bay. So, but anyways, we feel our main role is to give opportunity to people that have been affected by alcohol misuse. And I have to look at my past for that. You know, I've misused alcohol for 15 years or so, so if I filled a job application in, yeah, alcoholic, no, we don't want any of them, thank you. So, you know, we give opportunity to people who we feel are a vital asset to the future workforce development of alcohol services. They've been there, they've done it. And from that now we've developed some very, very specific training for our people to work effectively who are affected by alcohol misuse. And this is a package of training that we can deliver through other organisations as well if they so chose. We've done lots and lots of service user consultation work, 2 lots with the National Audit Office this year, who came up to see us about spending on alcohol treatment and also the effectiveness of treatment, and NERAF being NERAF, they were told it as it was. Recently, South of Tyne and Weir NHS have announced that they're going to develop £5.6 million into the development of alcohol treatment services. So just this past couple of weeks we're busy doing consultations, and I was here till 8 o'clock last night doing one, finding out what people accessing services want. And this is what, sorry, I have got to move that on, didn't I? And this is what they're telling us. They see a system that is setting them up to fail. It's not workers, not an agency, it's the system, because it doesn't flow. It's go to one agency for one bit, and then you might have to wait 6 months to go to another agency for the next bit. And we're giving detox treatment in isolation. What's the point of giving treatment to a person if we send them home and nothing there has changed? To me, you know, it doesn't take a lot. You know, I've come to see you because I've got an alcohol problem. It doesn't take much to say, is there anything else we can help you with? And as long as we don't do that, it's causing that. The revolving door of treatment Same people, time and time again. And this is people just wanting to get from A to B. We get them to A, we get the alcohol out of them, or to use the transgression to B. Been misusing alcohol for many years, we lose the skills to be able to do that ourselves. You know, we forget how to eat because we haven't eaten, because alcohol feeds us. You know, there's lots of adverse effects that alcohol misuse does have, catches up with us later on. And as I said, you know, a lot of people go down, well, the Alcoholics Anonymous thing is, alcoholism is a disease. Well, what do I feel like that? Well, I certainly don't feel I've got a disease. I feel that I had a massive lifestyle problem, where my lifestyle was all about drinking alcohol. Can someone turn the urn down, please? And if I wasn't drinking alcohol, I was finding out ways of how I could get it. You know, the whole life was alcohol. And so when alcohol was out of me, it was, I don't like this. You know, I had new emotions coming into my body which had been subdued by alcohol misuse. And I soon recognised that that was the first thing I had to do. I had to actually get off my backside and get busy in life. I looked on it as a commitment a day where I went somewhere. And that's what we do with NERAF, with the support groups. It's somewhere for people and have a cuppa with people experiencing the same as them. As long as we carry on with the revolving door came down with that many people on, there'd be all sorts of inquiries going, but we're letting that happen every week with alcohol misuse. And it's this area, the North East. You know, out of the 10 highest areas affected, say, by binge drinking, the North East takes 8 of them spots. On top of that, we've got the fewer agencies to be able to cope with it. We've got the longest waiting times. 45% of violent crime, the perpetrator is believed to have been under the influence of alcohol. 39% of domestic violence, again the perpetrator is thought to be under the alcohol. There's nearly 1 million violent attacks in 07-08. All were linked with alcohol misuse. It's ridiculous. And certainly in my journey, when I got onto the White Lightning, that was the beginning of the end, and I'm sure there's many people in here that will agree with me. You know, why do we sell this product? Why do we sell it so cheaply? Why is it so easily available to young people? It's our culture up here. We're a heavy drinking culture. We've had shipyards, coalfields, heavy industry, where quite often and not the culture has been to finish work and have a couple of drinks. That's what I used to do after I finished work. I was in the building trade, so we'd go for a couple of pints after work and thinking nothing more of it. And I didn't realise I was getting hooked. This is what alcohol does. It's indiscriminate. It affects. It can't affect anybody. It is predominantly professional people that we've got coming forward for help and support. But unlike, say, heroin, where you take a shot of, you know what you're getting into, it's different with alcohol. It's a slower process. And we can't overdose on this drug. This is what the people have been telling us in our service user consultation, that when they come forward for treatment, they're uncertain, they're scared, uncertain about what to expect and scared that they're potentially kicking their best mate out because alcohol's been there for them all the time. So what the people are asking for is somebody to support them through that journey, a worker who is accountable to them. And it is a responsibility of that worker to draw in the specialities, whether it be detox, housing, diet, nutrition, employment training,